And now, your host, Couch Tomato!
Hey, I'm Couch Tomato, and I'm joined by...
Hulk.
All right, welcome to Stuff for Movie Buffs, and today we're talking about arguably one of the most exciting weeks in geekdom of the year. Like, so much stuff came out this year. Traditionally on this podcast, we talk about one movie, one topic, but so much stuff came out this week that I wanted to at least give our opinion about everything. But skip the Creed. So, Hope, you saw everything that happened this week, right?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. And I fall for this every year. Like every year towards the end of the year and right during that Super Bowl week, they always hype up the summer season like it's going to be the best week, you know, the best year ever. I fell for that last year. I fell for, you know, the Marvel trailers, Fox trailers, Apocalypse this time last year.
Yeah, Batman versus Superman, it was a lot.
Yeah, it was so much stuff. And I feel like I'm about to do it again. But let me, you know, like, so before we get into that, like there was so much news that came out. We're going to try to narrow it down to at least 4 topics to talk about. And we'll, you know, give you our feelings and stuff like that. So we usually do 3 likes and 3 dislikes, have something nice to say, have a couple of mean things to say as well. Since we're not talking about one movie, Hope, can you give me 3, I guess, pieces of news stories that you liked and 3 news stories that you hated? Give me your 3 likes. I'll give you my 3 likes, and then you'll give me your 3 dislikes, and I'll follow up. So give me your 3 likes.
All right. 3 likes, Assassin's Creed, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
And Logan.
All right. And my turn. 3 things I love this week. I was excited about the Captain Planet news.
Wow.
I'm excited. Just wait.
We're going to disagree on that.
I should have made you do the Creed. The Logan trailer, I thought it looked awesome.
Yeah.
The Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. I'm not a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan, Hope, but that trailer was awesome.
Yeah.
So let me hear 3 things that you didn't like this week.
I only have one thing.
What's up?
Captain Planet. That was the only thing I did not like.
All right. For me, do you know they're rebooting Willy Wonka?
Oh yeah. Okay, that's the one for me. Yeah.
Why?
Ooh, that sounds so dumb. Oh man.
I mean, they didn't let the guy rest in peace for like a month before they started trying to cash in.
Oh man, we gotta take advantage of this nostalgia. All these memes. We gotta do it.
All right, and then Assassin's Creed trailer, I put that as a dislike. Actually, I was excited about this movie, but that last trailer turned me off. Spider-Man and Sony, we're not going to talk about this on the show, so I'll say it now. But apparently, you know, Tom Holland, you know how usually when you ask these stars questions, they just be doing the runaround. They don't want to answer anything. Man, Tom Holland spilled the beans this week. He was in an interview, and apparently he told them that, you know, him being part of Avengers 3, the, you know, Infinity Wars or whatever, it's not set in stone yet. It's up in the air, I think his words were. I think that's BS. I really think they're trying to get us hype, and I'm not falling for it. Why would, because, you know, like, I know Sony has, you know, power in that whole merger thing that they did with, you know, fusing their universes, but their biggest property, Iron Man, he's confirmed for Homecoming. So I know Marvel is not letting, you know, Sony get away with not putting Holland in Avengers 3. I just think they really trying to get us hype. I'm not following. Why you need to do that? Homecoming is coming out. Avengers 3 isn't until like, I don't know. What is it? It comes out next year? No? Yeah, it's like 2 years from now. Like, why are you trying to tease us now? Like, that part is a lie to me. I just didn't like them doing that. Stories that we want to talk about. Last night I saw it on Reddit, but apparently Donald Glover has been cast in this important role. Not really sure what that is. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Captain Planet. I want to see what your hate is. And we'll also talk about the Logan trailer. And let's talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. Are you cool with those 4 subjects, or should I switch it around?
Nah, perfect.
All right, so for the first up, Donald Glover has been confirmed is Lando Calrissian. So how do you feel about that, Hope?
I thought it was perfect because I barely remember watching Empire Strikes Back. So I had to like look up some of his old clips with Billy D. Williams, and just watching like his interaction with the character, I was like, yo, Donald Glover's gonna kill this. Like it's him. Like that's him. Like he could do it perfectly.
The funny thing is, it's not him, but when
You
you
don't
see
think
the
so?
no, when you see the pictures though, it's like that is him. He's not Billy D. You know, like Billy D.
Oh yeah. The two totally different people.
Yeah. So but now, like actually, when it's been confirmed, I'm like, actually, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But in regards to the news, I don't care honestly. Let me tell you why. I love Donald Glover. Pause. I love Community. I think it's one of the best comedy shows of all time. I keep trying to tell Hulk to watch it. He keeps lying and saying he will. It's whatever. But largely, I think that show works because it's because of Troy and Abed and Troy, aka Donald Glover. So geeks love Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
I just don't care too much about the extracurricular Star Wars films. And what I mean by extracurriculars, I'm in it for episode 7s and 8s and 9s type things. All that Rogue Ones and the prequel stuff, I'm not too interested in that. You know, I will be in theaters to support it, but prequels are rarely good ideas. And I was one of the people that didn't want to see a Han Solo movie. I just thought Star Wars is already the biggest property when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
I just don't see why would you just, I don't know, squeeze the lemon like that. So to me, I'm not excited about the Han Solo movie, period. That's why I'm like, but I would say I think this is the best news they could have come out with to at least please me. I don't care about the movie, but now you have my attention because I'm a huge Donald Glover fan. And as big as I think Donald Glover is, a lot of regular people don't know Childish Gambino. Like if you're not in tune with hip hop or rap, or you didn't watch Community, or if you're not in geek culture, a lot of regular folks don't like him. Let me not say not like. They don't know him. All right. So I talked to my buddies before Atlanta, his show was getting ready to come out, and I would ask, hey, anybody watching that Donald Glover show? And a lot of them didn't know him. They were like, who is that? Is that like, you talking about the Lethal Weapon reboot? I'm like, no. And then so movies like, him being in Spider-Man Homecoming, right? Am I wrong about that?
Yeah.
All right, so cool. All right, so him being in movies like that, and that Matt Damon Martian movie.
Yep.
It's starting to put him out on Front Street in front of a bigger audience. So kudos for him, and I think this is a great move to put him in the Han Solo film, and I think it'll be a great move for his career. So I mean, that's my 2 cents on it. I mean, you love the decision as well, obviously. So tell me how you feel about it.
I thought it was perfect because basically once you tried to put me on Community, like I started to pay attention to him more, and then I seen like this commercial that FX had for this show Atlanta, so I was like, okay, let me check it out, and it's been okay. Like few episodes have been kind of
okay, because I was on episode whichever one that was where they were shooting dogs in the basketball game with Justin Bieber. That's the last episode I watched. And I also said, Hulk, look, I apologize for recommending the show. So should I go back to it?
Yeah. There's one funny episode where it's just like, basically it's like a satire, and it was perfect. Like it was basically.
Okay, now he's starting to get in that Danny Glover type comedy.
He was tackling a lot of topics, and he did it in a real funny way. And I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. But he's a talented dude, so I'm just like, okay. And then put him in Star Wars, and it was funny because I seen like a picture on Twitter with him in a yearbook, where like him wearing a Star Wars t-shirt, and it's like now he's starring in the Star Wars movie. Bro,
this is like a dream come true. I'm like living vicariously through him. I don't know if I said that word right. Whatever. All right, so because his character Troy. He is Troy in real life. I want to believe he's Troy on Community, because when the show first started out, he was supposed to be an athlete. But I think Donald Glover walked up to him and he's like, man, forget that. I want to be Donald Glover. And he became a movie fan. Like he's me. Yeah. Like Troy is me. I'm just more intelligent because that guy was dumb in that show. But the Star Wars fan and all that stuff, just the 90s nostalgia, 80s nostalgia, no, like that boy's a geek. And I'm just picturing like something like that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Like you just grow up. That's like me, I don't know, like me growing up, like they make a Coming to America reboot, and they like, hey man, we want Couch Tomato to be Prince Hakeem. I'm just like, what? I grew up on that. That's my number one comedy. Or they make a Ghostbusters reboot and it's actually good, and they cast me as Egon. So I'm just like, wow, that's a dream come true. So that's awesome news. So now that's the thing. Like I just got a few. I don't know. This grinds my gears. Like when somebody, did you watch Captain Planet as a kid?
Yes, I did.
All right, good. Because I thought you were one of those people that just saw like a poster or something like that's lame. Let me tell you why this will work. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't notice. I don't. I'm a very private person. I don't like to give out a lot of information. But Hulk, when I was younger, I used to be Wheeler. A lot of people don't know that. I don't like to tell that to a lot of people. For those of you guys who've seen Captain Planet, you know who Wheeler is. And for those of you guys who see me, you notice my skin tone has gotten a little darker over the years. But nonetheless, Captain Planet was a hip show that was really popular when I was in elementary school. I never caught it until I was older that they were messing around teaching us stuff.
Yes, they
I didn't
did.
know. I'm like, oh, that's why I know looting and polluting is not the way.
Yeah.
So
like every time I hear the word radiation, like I automatically think of the villain. Automatically.
So basically, like when I got more religiously inclined, I realized, hey, there is no Gaia, spirit of Earth, that demonic, stuff they had in that shit. But like basically word on the street is Paramount. For those of you guys who haven't heard the news, Paramount and Leonardo DiCaprio's production company are in talks to bring Captain Planet to the big screen. On paper, that sounds like a bad idea. Now, Hope, let me sell this to you and tell you why.
On paper, it sounds like a parody. Like I didn't want to believe it. Like, I was just like, what?
No, let me tell you why recycling is important. All right. So I do think kids would buy tickets to hear about recycling. All right, I'm lying. They wouldn't hear, pay. This is what they're going to do. Let me bring, let's go back in time. I remember when I found out Brad Pitt was trying to do a World War Z movie.
Yeah.
I laughed out loud and I was like, you mean the guy from Inglourious Bastards? Fight Club wants to make a zombie movie? It just seemed ridiculous to me. And the reason being, it didn't make sense to me because I was so used to seeing Brad Pitt in front of the camera. I didn't take his behind the scenes presence serious enough. So I'm not going to make the same mistake with Leonardo DiCaprio, especially when he's been doing this for a while. Like when you look at his company, it's been attached to a lot of the projects like Wolf of Wall Street that he's been on. Let me read you. Yeah. So his company, which is Appian Way, it's the real deal. They've got Oscar nominations with films like Aviator. They know how to make money too, like with films like Orphan and Shutter Island, Wolf of Wall Street. They don't just, get rights to properties that aren't making money, so they know what they're doing. I also think they put a lot of thought into this. Leonardo DiCaprio's name was attached to Robotech rumors about a year back. A movie never came out and he was never confirmed to be in that role, but I just don't think that was a mistake. Like his name surrounded around like that geekdom community. I do think that he's trying to find his own Transformers. Like, like every company wants their Transformers. And what I mean by that is it's like, or not just Transformers, but a Star Wars or an Avengers, like a cinematic type universe that you could expand on. That's why you're starting to see Power Rangers and stuff. I think we're a couple of years away from a Magic School Bus movie. It's gonna happen. Like everything that you grew up on in the 90s is coming. And
we're that generation, because I realized it like 10 years ago, like with Transformers, that was like my brother. That's what he grew up on, really. Like when I came in, like Transformers was basically ending as a cartoon series. So it's like now they're going back to like Power Rangers, Captain Planet. So we're at that.
You always go 20 years back. 20 years back is Hollywood is always, and they got a time machine. They go 20. I always say that. I'm like, all right, watch. Like in 10 years from now, you're going to start seeing them doing Backstreet Boys biopics or stuff like that. Stuff that was hot in the 2000s. But so basically, Leonardo DiCaprio's company, they've also been trying to produce a live action Akira movie. So there's been a lot of red tape around that. So I think they see Captain Planet as their Akira. That's what's going to be like their money maker. So Paramount wants to get involved, and to me, I think that's good news. Let me read to you Paramount's resume. They're the same company that bought Transformers to the big screen. Same company that bought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the big screen. Say what you want about the 2014 version, it made money. So Paramount knows how to. Star Trek, I could go, the list goes on. They were actually part of the fold when the MCU universe was first launching. So I think Paramount has like radar when it comes to like detecting things that could make money. On, like that cartoon, they're not coming with that foolishness. Like, I'm not gonna watch a guy with the green mullet that's like hip hop heavy and doing PSAs at the end of, at after credits. I think they're gonna find a way to make Captain America like relevant, not gritty or anything, but kind of like that fun stuff that they've been able to do with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, to where if you were a fan of the cartoon, you're gonna be able to kind of have more of a more modern day take on it. So I think it can work. And also, that's like the only franchise that got away with being not racist, but racist actually, when like, hey, we have 5 people from 5 different continents, the black one, the white one, the Russian one, the Asian one. They like really made stereotypes cool, because Power Rangers was another franchise that did that, but they got called out for like the the redneck ranger, the black boy Power Ranger, black Power Ranger, and then also the yellow Asian Ranger. This show kind of did it, but it was just so, I guess, discreet or whatever. So I think can work. So I'm actually happy it's coming to the big screen, because now I'm not holding back anymore. Like, they're gonna reboot everything. I'll either watch it become a success, or I'll laugh at it when it fails, like Ghostbusters or whatever. So I think this though, like with Leonardo's DiCaprio's name attached, he knows what he's doing. Luke from Growing Pains, he's a 90s. He's a 8. What? How old is Leonardo DiCaprio?
Probably mid to late 30s. He's on.
All right, cool. He's right around, like, I don't know, like when I was in middle school, he was in high school. So he knows what was hot in the 90s. And I think he sees something in this property that, like, nah, they're going to eat this up with what we want to do with this. So I'm getting ready to eat it up. That's just me. Hopefully your opinion changes, but that's it. Did I sway you, or
I'm still on the like, I'm not too excited about it, but when I was researching it, that's one thing I did notice was the same here. I was looking at his catalog as a producer and EP. Like, it's pretty good, because he produced a movie with Clooney and Gosling that I really liked, Ides of March. So I was like, whoa, he was behind that. And he's helping out Ben Affleck with the Live by Night. So it's like, okay, he has some pedigree, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, just look him up. Like, all you gotta do is Google him, and you're like, you know what? This guy doesn't make mistakes. I felt the same way about Brad Pitt, but now after World War Z came out, and like his B company, I forgot what it's called. It's like B something. He knows what he's doing too. But now let's get to this Logan trailer. If you notice, I listed it as one of my likes.
Same here.
But guess what? This movie's gonna suck. Let me tell you why. All right, let me be polite first. I love the trailer. Let me let you go first. I love the trailer. You sound like you love the trailer. Tell me what's going on.
I thought the music was perfect. Like, that Johnny Cash Hurt, like, it was just perfect, because it fits in with the character. Because you watching the trailer, you see like, yo, this guy's actually hurt. Like, he actually could feel pain, and he's old and weary. And when Johnny Cash came out with that song, he was kind of old. So it's just like the parallels were awesome. And then Stewart and Jackman, they're one of the best actors of that universe.
They are the best actors of the universe.
Yeah. So it's just like seeing them together for a full movie, like, that just has me excited. Like, just him delivering those lines in the beginning and throughout, it's just like, oh man, I just can't wait to just see their interactions throughout the movie. So that trailer was just perfect.
I grew up remembering Jean Grey being his favorite student, but it wasn't until Days of Future Past that I realized in the cinematic universe,
it's Logan.
Yeah, his favorite student is Logan. It's not even close. That's like his teacher's pet. But the problem is, I love this trailer, Hope. You listening? Mm-hmm. But I love the trailer for Wolverine Origins. I love the trailer for the last Wolverine film. And I love the trailer for Apocalypse. And guess how I feel about those movies that I just named?
You don't like them?
I do not like them. And I hate some of them. So it's like, I trust Fox the same way I trust DC right about now. They're gonna find a way to F it up, you know, and they're just gonna find a way like, all right, guys, we got it, steady hands, and they just fumble it at the end. This movie is going to be whack. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you want to know how I know?
How?
Unless you run track, nothing good comes out of something like someone rushing, right? So Deadpool came out in February. I'm going off the top of the dome right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Logan is a product of Deadpool's success. I don't care what Fox says, like, oh no, this idea was in the works before Deadpool. No, like when Deadpool came out and it was rated R, Fox was like, we can make rated R movies. Forget that. Let's make a rated R Wolverine film. Even though a script existed for, Logan, probably, I think after Deadpool's success, that's what really set the blueprint. So that was in February. Tell me why 8 months later, a trailer for this movie is already done, meaning the film was completed like a month ago. Trailer's already up. They rushed this project. There's no way around it. Like when Marvel tells you they're working on something, like when they give you a slate, you don't start seeing trailers pop. Like they told us about Guardians of the Galaxy like a year and a half ago, and we're just now seeing a teaser. You feel me? So it's like, no, you guys put this together in 8 months. Oh, I know it's gonna suck because nothing good comes out of rushing movies. Ask if you think I'm lying, ask Batman v Superman. Like they tell us they're gonna do a cyborg movie, and then next month we got a trailer. They tell us they're gonna do a Batman v Superman, the next month we got a trailer. DC always does that, and Fox is starting to do that too because they did that with Apocalypse. And I was drinking the Kool-Aid for Apocalypse. I don't want to be stereotypical, but I was drinking the Kool-Aid and I fell for it too. The trailer looks awesome, but when you go see the movie, it's nothing but skeleton. Like there's no meat on that. So my fingers are crossed just like everybody. But I'm just saying, look, don't get upset if you walk into that theater and you're like, wow, they wasted the old man Logan storyline on this, because nothing exciting happened out of the movie. So that's just me. That's why I'm excited about the trailer, but I'm reserved because when it comes to 27, what year are we in?
2017. This comes out. We're in 2016. This comes out 2017.
I'm sorry. Time flies like quick for me, but when 2017 comes out, I fall for this every year, and I'm always hype about summer season. Logan, I'm not thinking it's going to be a game changer for 2017. That's all that I'm saying. Can you agree with me on that part? It's okay to say no.
I don't. Like, I really think this is going to deliver it. Like, I don't think it's going to be...
Man,
I don't think it's going to be the greatest comic book movie ever, but I think... But for the themes that is set out, I think it's going to deliver. I think we're going to have an emotional impact. Because just off of the rip, like, you have a father-son relationship with Professor X and Logan. Then you have the daughter-father relationship with Logan and what looks like with X-23. Just off of that, like, there's going to be some emotional moments. The fact that he's not super powered, really, because he's not healing properly, so he's going to have to really get into some down, dirty, gritty fighting. That element has me excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, wishful thinking. I'm just saying from the track record, from what we've seen. And
that's true, because even because Wolverine, the movie that just came out, it was a solid movie up until the last part.
Stop that. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't at all. No, it wasn't. Don't do that. Don't lie.
Yes, it was. It was good 2/3 of the way, and then the last part just fell apart.
No, none of that stuff was good. And then they hyped it so much with the trailer. He was gonna fight ninjas, and he walked away from ninjas. But this isn't about that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at. I said, you know what? I was starting to believe you, and then I go to IMDb and I see who's directing this again. Oh, James Mangold, same guy behind Wolverine. So I don't know, like I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut because I don't want to be a hater. But whatever, I should have said the Creed this week. All right, now I don't know if you had this as one of your likes. It's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, I love it.
No, teaser. Excuse me. The thing I like about Marvel, they so advanced that their teasers be trailers. They just don't know. Like they giving us a 2-minute teaser. Like I don't know how long the teaser was, but I'm just saying this. That's like the length, it's trailer level. I'm like, this is a trailer to me. I'm not calling it a teaser. So I've been on record saying I'm not a huge fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. I personally rarely like origin movies, but I also admitted Guardians of the Galaxy is probably the third or fourth best movie in the MCU. My feelings aside, I could say what I want about the movie, but
you're right.
I'm like, you know what? I personally don't like it because of my rule against origin stories. Like, for origin stories, you always have to give me a different angle. Otherwise, look, same thing. Like, Iron Man is one of those movies that gave me something different. It's an origin story though. But when it comes to origin movies, since you already know what's coming, it's hard for me to fall in love with it. So I was always telling my buddies I could care less about part one. And this is after Guardians of the Galaxy was fresh out of theaters. I told them, I said, I could care less about part one. I'm not into all that origin stuff. But volume 2, when it comes out, that's when that's the movie that's gonna like change the game, because I think Guardians might take over the MCU. And what I mean by that, there's gonna be a lot of kids out there that you're gonna catch them saying, hey, I actually like the Guardians more than I like the Avengers. It's like Guardians versus Avengers or whatever, even though they're technically going to become Avengers or whatever, however you want to fit that together. But I think that group of actors, you got to remember Chris Pratt is a star now. He's a big star. From the looks of the trailer, they all look like bad A-words. You know what I mean? So, it just looks like they're used to kicking butts now. Like, I'm just like, okay, you guys look hard. And also they got Yondu in the mix, and he's going to play a bigger role. So I've been looking forward to seeing more work from that guy since, post Walking Dead. So I'm excited about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Like, I'm about to say, hey, move over, guys. Is it okay if I jump on the bandwagon? I'm sorry that I was hating so much. Whenever the first movie came out, what was that? 2014? Mm-hmm. Dang, that seemed like a long time ago. But you had this listed as your like as well. Why?
It was just the little things that they put into it was just perfect. Like where they're trying to get you
hooked on the feeling is their theme song now. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
Like it got me right back. Like I just wanted to rewatch the old one. But I like the little details that they put in, like with just the flip side, how how like in the first one it will be Groot, and then you'll have Raccoon on his Rocket Raccoon on his shoulder, and now it's like Baby Groot on Rocket Raccoon's shoulder. So I was just like, oh man, I can't wait to see that part. And shout out to James Gunn for even doing that, because you know what another director would have did? What? At the end of Guardians where Groot, like we are Groot, and then he has to kind of like replan himself. Yeah. Another director would have just came into the new movie like, hey, a couple of months have passed. Groot's already a tree. Yeah, like he's back. So I'm just like, oh, they're really sticking to that, aren't they? Yeah. That was pretty cool. Yeah, and just like the relationship between Gamora and Star-Lord, like I like how he's still struggling trying to get her. And then like the interaction he has with Drax, where he's just like, telling the story, and he's just like, oh, two different people's, with dancing, all that, and he was just like, oh, you need a hug, and he was like, no, I don't, and then like Drax still hugs him.
It shows so much growth there, because was that sarcasm I sense coming from Drax? So it's like, wow, like everybody, matured following Volume 1. So 2016 to me has been underwhelming at the box office. I just had. Before the year started, I looked at all the movies that were, slated for the year, and I'm just like, you know what? This is how I'll feel come October. Like projection wise, I thought I was gonna be at like a 90% excitement. Like I really enjoyed myself for 2016. I'm not at no 90%. Like I just felt like it was underwhelming. There were a lot of movies that missed for me this year that I was expecting big things from. So I don't think we're in for that same fate next year, because I think you could pencil in that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is going to be a great movie. Yeah. And I'm not saying good. Like certain movies you just know, like, wow, there's no way they're going to mess that up. Like you have to be stupid. Yeah. But I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will be a great movie. When it comes down to like stuff that like I'm actually picking my points. Like I'm showing more discernment this year. Like that's why I'm sidestepping Logan. The old Barry would have fell for that. But then, the new guy, like, nah, I'm not falling for that. Fox, you done messed up because of last year. You still in the doghouse, and move out the way. That movie's gonna suck. Its trailer's just good. But Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm looking at it like, okay, Marvel, you guys really, even when Marvel messes up, like it's still good, because I didn't love Civil War. but I'm just like, wow. I didn't love this movie, but it's still better than everything else that's coming out. So even when I think they don't fumble the ball, but they're mediocre is still great.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. That's anything else you want to add for Guardians of the Galaxy before I wrap up?
No, I just can't wait. I really can't wait. Like, this is probably like my most anticipated, like, for 2017.
All right, cool. Hopefully I can change your mind before they're not gonna make that Captain Planet movie not happen until the year 2020. So hopefully I could change your mind about that film before then.
You won't.
All right, we'll see. So guys, it's about that time. Thanks for joining us today. Before you leave, if you like what you heard, make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes or SoundCloud or wherever you go for your podcast. It's Couch Tomato presents Stuff for Movie Buffs. Don't let this be the last time we hear from you or you hear from us. Support the show by giving us a rating and a review on iTunes. It will really mean a lot, guys. Join us next week. Check out the show notes on where to find us weekly. It's Couch Tomato Films on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Couch Tomato Film on Twitter. Other than that, peace.